The episode begins with the king desperately waiting for Yoon in the royal garden, excited to see her. Meanwhile, Yoon suffers in prison. In the next scene, Jium urges the other kitchen staff to inform the king about the situation. However, the others hesitate, saying the former royal head chef died the same way and they could be falsely accused and punished. Jium bursts into tears, saying she never expected this from them and thought they were like family. She insists, "It's okay, I'll go to the king myself." As she heads off, Meng stops her and says he will go himself. Seeing him, the others stand and declare they will join him, requesting the king to look into the matter and save Yoon. Suddenly, eunuch Yoon arrives. Jium cries and tells him everything. Meanwhile, the king in the royal garden examines a chili pepper he plans to gift Yoon. He imagines how happy she will be and wonders if she will hug him like last time. He even starts practicing a hug. Suddenly, the chief eunuch arrives and informs him that Chef Yoon is in prison, being interrogated. The king grows furious and heads straight to the prison, ordering the guards to open the gate. The guards apologize, saying the queen herself has taken the key. Enraged, the king orders his guards to break the cell. Just then, the queen arrives and says, "Do you have any idea what she did? My son is about to die after eating the chicken she prepared. She must be punished." The king replies, "She can't be blamed. If she poisoned the food, I ate the same meal, and I'm perfectly fine." The queen retorts, "That's obvious." The king grows angry and asks, "Are you suspecting me?" The queen says, "I should have noticed when you were unusually friendly with my son. If anything happens to you, my son will inherit the throne. You must have planned this with the chef to get rid of him." The king unsheathes his sword and points it at the queen. "You dare accuse me? By royal command, open the prison door." The queen resists, saying she won't. The king grows angrier. Just as he is about to strike, Yoon stops him, saying he is the only one who believes her and shouldn't be a tyrant. The king ignores her at first, insisting, "If blood relations with my brother make us enemies, I should end it now." Yoon stops him again, saying, "You shouldn't be a dictator. You should prove my innocence, that's the only way for all of us to survive. If you don't stop, I will hang myself." The king halts and vows to prove her innocence. The queen warns that if anything happens to her son, Yoon will be punished. The king angrily replies, "If you want to do anything to Yoon, you must face me first." He turns to Yoon, "You must have been hurt. Don't worry, I'll prove your innocence and take you out." In the next scene, the minister and the grand queen are talking. The minister suspects the king might be involved. The grand queen says not to suspect him, claiming it is treason. The minister replies that the king was investigating the draft containing the secret of how his mother was poisoned. If he knew, he might act against the Han family. The grand queen insists the king would not commit such crimes, no matter how ignorant he seems, but the minister remains unconvinced. Next, Prince Jason meets with his allies. He explains how consort Kang planned everything and succeeded. A minister asks why Yi Chong was kept alive after betraying them. Prince Jason says they still need him. The minister warns that now, with Yoon imprisoned, the king will become furious and lose control, killing anyone he suspects. This will be their chance to revolt and dethrone him. The king orders Song Jae to investigate the case in detail, check all records of what Prince Jin ate and whom he met. They stay up all night reviewing records. The next day, Song Jae visits the royal kitchen. The staff tell him they ate the same food and are perfectly fine. Song Jae orders all ingredients to be inspected. Later, he reports to the king that nothing unusual was found. The king says, "I knew Yoon was not guilty. She would never do such a thing." Song Jae suggests the king visit the prince to see how he is doing. In the next scene, the physician examines Prince Jin. The queen asks about his condition, and the physician replies that he does not look well. The king enters. The queen asks why he is here, as he never visits her residence. The king replies that he inspected all the ingredients used in the food and found nothing unusual. The physician confirms this. The king then says that he checked the prince before he ate the food, he was under her watch. The queen insists this proves Chef Yoon's food caused his condition. The king notices some herbs and asks about them. The physician says they were sent by Prince Jason to restore the prince's energy due to his poor health. The king decides to inspect the herbs himself and orders an eunuch to take them with him. Meanwhile, the Grand Queen's maid arrives at the Queen's residence, asking for the prison keys, saying it was ordered by her. While leaving, the king asks the chief eunuch what if he finds nothing unusual in the herbs and wonders how Yun is holding up in prison. The eunuch reassures him that she has been there before, so she can hold longer. The king asks what he means, and the eunuch reminds him that when she first came to the palace, she was kept in the prison by him. The king brushes it off, saying it was in the past. Back in prison, Yun desperately searches for Manganrook. The Grand Queen enters and asks if she did it or if anyone ordered her. Yun says no, adding that the king would never do such a thing. The Grand Queen warns that rumors are spreading, suggesting the king is involved and Yun has manipulated him. She asks if Yun can prove her innocence if released. Yun agrees. The Grand Queen says they have only 3 days to find evidence and throws a silver dagger at her, saying that if she fails, she must end her life. In the next scene, the kitchen staff prepare lunch for the king. Suddenly, Yun arrives. Everyone is happy and asks how she was released. Yun says she will explain later and urges them to serve the king first. The king tastes the herbs and notices an unfamiliar, bitter ingredient. He refuses to eat lunch, saying he isn't hungry. Yun scolds him, warning never to skip meals. Hearing her voice, the king goes out to check and sees Yun. He drags her into his chamber and hugs her. Remembering what the Grand Queen said about the rumors, Yun pushes him away, saying, "This is because you always do things like this to women, things I don't like." The king pulls her close and kisses her. Yun pushes him away, asking what he is doing. He replies, "I'm doing this to a woman I cherish." Later, Yun serves lunch to the king, who asks her to join him. As they eat, he asks how she got out of prison. Yun explains the Grand Queen released her under the condition that she prove her innocence in 3 days and shows him the silver dagger. The king snatches it from her, saying he will never let her die and tells her to forget about the Grand Queen. Yun looks at him and asks, "Do you like me?" The king ignores her. She asks again, and he remains silent. Yun makes it clear to the king that he should not do anything to her without her permission. The king asks her to explain what she means. Yun lists actions like hugging, kissing, and calling her into his chamber late at night. The king laughs and tells her to stop with such childish talk. He then offers her soup. She drinks it and comments that the cooks have improved significantly. In the next scene, Consort Kang becomes angry after learning that the Grand Queen released Yun from prison. Her maid tells her that the Grand Queen gave Yun 3 days to prove her innocence. If she fails, she must end her life. Kang wonders whether the prince will die first or Yun. Meanwhile, the minister is also upset that the Grand Queen released Chef Yun. He insists the king is involved. The Grand Queen, however, says she trusts the king. She reflects that for the Han family to remain safe, the king must stay on the throne. She wonders what Yun's next step will be if she fails to prove her innocence. On the first day of the investigation, the king shows Yun the list of ingredients that were added to the food. Prince Jin had already eaten all of them before, so the problem cannot be in the food. Yun wonders if consuming ginseng in large quantities could cause such a condition. The royal physician replies that ginseng may cause headache and nausea, but it would not be lethal. The king tells the physician about the strange herb he found while inspecting the energy-restoring medicines. He says it tasted bitter and foul. The eunuch explains that all energy-restoring herbs taste bitter. The king insists, however, that this one was very different. On the second day, both the king and Yun, exhausted, fall asleep together, with Yun lying on the king's arm. Later, an eunuch arrives. The king quietly stops him and asks whether the maids found anything unusual in Prince Jin's feces. The eunuch says they did not and leaves. In the evening, Yun brings the herbs to her room for inspection. Jiam smells one and reacts strongly, saying it tastes awful, like rat feces. Yun is shocked, saying there is no way rat feces would be served to the prince. Jiam insists, and Yun smells it herself and agrees. In the next scene, a maid tells Yun that Prince Jin was not picky at all and ate everything served to him. Jiam remarks that the illness might not be caused by the food but by something else. Yun replies that he only ate the medicinal herbs before the meal she prepared. Just then, the chief eunuch arrives, informing her that the king has fallen ill and she must see him. Yun goes to the king and finds him lying in bed, unwell. The royal physician explains that the last 2 days have been too stressful, which caused his illness. Yun asks if the king has a fever. The physician confirms it, surprised that Yun could tell. Yun points out that his symptoms are similar to Prince Jin's. The king, waking up, remarks on the similarity. Yun suggests it may be due to the strange herb the king tested while inspecting the medicines, describing it as very bitter and smelling like rat feces. The royal physician identifies the herb as oryeonji, made from the feces of a flying squirrel. He explains that it is not poisonous, in fact, it is a valuable medicinal herb. Yun responds that the cause must be something else. She asks what else the king ate that day. The king replies that he only had ginseng soup. The physician asks, ginseng? And then explains that if oryeonji is taken with ginseng, it becomes poisonous. Yun asks if it is lethal. The physician confirms it can be, but since the king only tasted a little, it is not serious and he will recover. The king asks if there is an antidote. The physician says there is, but it will take some time to prepare. He orders it to be made for Jinmyeong. After the physician leaves, the king orders the chief eunuch to investigate who tampered with the prince's medicinal herbs. Song Jae investigates and discovers that the female physician who altered the prescription is missing. He sends soldiers to search for her but cannot find her. He reports this to the king, who orders Song Jae to find her by any means necessary. The king wonders who could have instructed her to do it. Yun warns that it must be someone close to him. The king replies that Gong-gil can find hidden things, so he will locate the missing physician. We see Gong-gil ordering his troops to find her by the end of the day. Meanwhile, Kang's maid informs her that their secret is exposed and the king is searching for the female physician. Kang instructs her to silence the physician forever. In the next scene, we see the maid meeting the female physician and attacking her. Just as she is about to kill the physician, Gong-gil intervenes. How dare you, lowly life? The maid asks. Gong-gil replies, so you are the one who killed OK Dan? What do you mean? The maid asks. Gong-gil then shows the knife hidden in her hairpin case, saying it was in her hand when she died. The maid attacks Gong-gil, and they fight. During the struggle, Gong-gil asks who ordered her to kill the physician, was it the king or consort Kang? The maid distracts him by asking, is that why you attacked the king in the forest? Enraged, Gong-gil loses focus, and the maid overpowers him. She holds the knife to his neck and reveals the truth. Before dying, hear this, your sister was getting too close to the king, so we got rid of her. Gong-gil, furious, knocks her unconscious and ties her to a tree. He asks the physician who ordered her to tamper with Prince Jin's medicine. She confesses it was Kang-ju, but someone else was helping her. Just as she is about to reveal Prince Jason's involvement, an assassin attacks from behind and kills her. The assassin reports to Jason that he managed to kill the physician but could not harm the maid due to Gong-gil's skill. Jason orders him to bring Yi-chong from his village. In the next scene, the maid is imprisoned. The king and Song Jae question her about who ordered the plot. Was it Kang-ju? The maid denies it, saying Kang-ju had no idea and that she acted out of personal grudges. The king says, fine, I will ask her myself. The king confronts Kang-ju. She says, if you want to punish me, bring evidence first. Furious, the king replies, fine, I will get the evidence. Just wait and watch, and leaves. In the next scene, Yun is nursing the king. The physician arrives with the antidote, and the king drinks it. He asks whether Prince Jin has consumed it. The physician replies that now that the king has tasted it, they will serve it to Prince Jin. The king says he will accompany them to the queen's residence and asks Yun to join. At the queen's residence, the queen dowager is nursing the prince, and the grand queen is present. The king arrives with the physician and Yun. The physician has prepared the antidote for the prince, the king says. The grand queen asks the queen dowager to feed it to him. As they try, the prince spills the medicine and starts having seizures. Yun thinks quickly and says, it may be because he hasn't eaten anything. I will go get something for him. The queen dowager distrusts her, still blaming Yun. The grand queen defends her, and the king, seeing this, is happy that his grandmother is standing up for Yun. Yun rushes to the kitchen, thinking it is a hypoglycemic shock, and prepares a nutritious meal. Everyone is happy to see her back. She brings the food to the queen's residence. The queen dowager refuses to feed it, but the king says, if you don't trust her, I will taste it first. The grand queen stops him, saying the king should not taste it. The queen asks Yun to taste it first. As Yun tastes it, the king tastes it alongside her. He declares the food balanced and fit for the prince. The queen feeds it to Prince Jin, and his seizures stop. She hugs her son in relief. As they leave, the king asks Yun to meet him in the evening. He has something to show her. Yun wonders if he has found Manganrook. Meanwhile, ministers meet with Prince Jason, telling him their plan has failed. Jason says not to worry, consort Kang will take care of it and tells them to meet him in the evening for something important. In the next scene we see consort Kang entering dungeon to meet her maid. She offers water to her maid. She promises she won't reveal her name even if she is tortured to death. Kang says she is here to release her. Then she stabs her maid in the neck, killing her. Then flees the prison. Later, the king meets Yoon dressed as a dance performer. He says he is about to perform a special dance for the Grand Queen's 70th birthday, but he wants her to see it first. He begins to dance, and Yoon enjoys it, reminiscing about all the moments she has shared with the king so far. In the next scene, Prince Jason shows Chung to his ministers. They angrily ask why he hasn't killed this traitor yet. Jason tells them to calm down and explains that it is time for their final move. He leads them inside and shows an old woman, the late queen's mother, Princess Consort Sim, who is the maternal grandmother of King Lee Hyun. The doll she carries is covered in the bloodied clothes the queen wore when poisoned. The ministers rejoice, believing their plan will now succeed. Jason says that soon, all palace secrets will be revealed, the king will lose control, and they will use the chaos to dethrone him. Meanwhile, the king finishes his dance and asks Yoon if she liked it. She replies, "You were really cool." He asks if she would really leave if she finds Manganrook. "I wish wherever you are, you don't return," he adds. Yoon asks, "Does that mean you really believe I'm from the future?" The king says yes, and that after tasting the food she prepared, he knew she was not from this place. Yoon remarks that even knowing this, he still bullied her. The king asks what she means. Yoon says, "Don't act innocent. You promised me we would find Manganrook." The king asks if she really wants to find it. Yoon replies, confused, saying he hasn't even started looking. The king confesses that he doesn't want to look because he doesn't want her to leave. He then proposes to her, places a ring on her finger, pulls her into his arms, and kisses her. The episode ends on this romantic moment. See you in the next episode next week, which will be the final week of the series. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and share your thoughts in the comments.